You know, it's not just about putting a Korean flag or putting kimchi on a product. It's about the story about the kimchi. You know, it's about educating your consumers about why you're doing what you're doing to represent Korea.
Every decision we are making is guided by customers' experience and long-term trust, not short-term trends or quick means.
Annyeonghaseyo and welcome to Anchored Echoes, a segment by Entrepreneur Middle East where we try to delve a little deeper into the intricacies of the entrepreneurial mindset. I'm your host Alia, and as always, I'll begin this episode with a disclaimer. This is not a podcast. The intention behind Anchored Echoes is for them to simply be short visual supplements to the stories I get to pen down on some of the most successful and established entrepreneurs in the UAE and the wider Middle East region. So as always, before you tune into the rest of the episode or after it, please make sure you check out the link in the caption below or above, depending on where you are watching this, to check out the written feature on our guests today. And yes, guests, plural. Now, some of you fans of K-dramas, Korean literature, or K-pop may have recognized the phrase with which I started this episode, Annyeonghaseyo. It simply means hello in Korean, and that's because on our show today is an entrepreneurial husband and wife duo who have established some of the most loved and sought after Korean brands in the country. Now, individually, they are successful business entrepreneurs in their own rights, but together, their synergy comes from a shared cultural lens, mutual trust, and building with intention. With that, it is my absolute pleasure to have on Anchored Echoes, Kate Park, founder of Lamise Beauty, and Changsup Shin, CEO of 1004 Gourmet. Yay, thank you very much for being on Anchored Echoes. Guys, I just mentioned in the intro now that you both are successful entrepreneurs in your own right as individuals, but you are also running these brands as a family, as you know, together. What has been the best part about this journey? But also, when there is a clash in leadership styles, how do you handle your conflict management issues that may arise?
It's a great question. I think as a married couple, there's always clashes, but there's always also makeups and reflection. And you get to learn about who you are and how you deal with certain tough situations, I would say. I think there's less clashes when there's nice things happening and more clashes when there's more difficult situations. But I think we're handling it in the right way, especially raising a family. You want to be a good example to the kids. And yeah, we need to be a good example for our team as well. Yeah.
Okay. So he's taking care of the food and I'm taking care of the cosmetics. Food and cosmetics may seem completely different on the surface, but they share a strong focus on quality and attention to detail. Whether it's good food or skincare products, customers need to trust them first and then experience and be satisfied with them. Because even the smallest details matter in both industries. Carefulness and the trust are at the core of the business success. So the biggest advantage of running our brands together is that we can approach problems from multiple perspectives. When our leadership styles clash, conflict management can seem straightforward on the surface, but it's actually not always easy. In those moments, it's crucial to respect each other's roles, space, and leadership styles.
Yeah. I'm curious, is there something that you've learned about each other and about yourselves in these few years, in this long journey together, that you may perhaps not have learned about yourselves had you been in different careers?
On a personal level, I used to think Chang was a very emotional person, but I have learned that he actually assesses situation accurately, finds objective solution, and take decisive action. Discovering this has been both eye-opening and a valuable learning experience, showing how we can grow and learn from each other while running our business together. Do you like my answer?
Yeah, very, very political answer. No, I am definitely very emotional as a person, but when it comes to business, I think with longevity and through tough times, you build thick skin. And difficult situations don't really faze me as much as it used to 10 years ago. And from that sense, I think that's the kind of value that I bring in our relationship. But also something that I've learned tremendously from Wooyeon is I'm a bit objective in nature, and I think she is quite warm towards the people that she deals with, whether it's her clients or her team, and that's something that I need to focus on better, and that's something that she's inspiring me to do quite a lot.
I love that. I said this when we were doing our written interview feature as well. It's the synergy between the two of you is so palpable, it's so obvious, and I love seeing it in real time. Let's talk about staying anchored to your visions when fads and trends can rock the boat a little bit. Even for those who are not that familiar with the Korean culture, they can still see that there is this very palpable, almost euphoric reaction to Korean brands these days. When that happens, I'm curious to know your point of view as business owners of brands that are inherently Korean. When you see businesses sort of just jump on the bandwagon, the Korean bandwagon, so to say, for the sake of it, has it made you rethink what customer loyalty and business longevity means?
Personally, it's an honor and a privilege for a country to be so liked by the rest of the world. But having said that, I think if you're going to run a business or market yourself in a Korean direction, you need to execute it in a way where you understand the culture, you're giving the country respect. Like, for example, if you're using our Korean flag, you need to make sure the flag is perfect. It's quite offensive to Koreans or anybody in general when you see your flag being misrepresented. And so we do see situations like this, but for us personally, it's always a pleasant sight for us to see other brands wanting to promote Korean culture and Korean food and Korean cosmetics.
The K-beauty and K-culture boom presents a powerful opportunity, but it should never be the goal itself. Trends come and go, but the brands that last are built on trust and consistency. Customers ultimately seek real results and healthier skin, which is why we focus on honest sourcing, 100% authentic products, and solutions suited to the local climate and their environment. Every decision we are making is guided by customers' experience and long-term trust, not short-term trends or quick means.
Yeah. This was not part of my initial set of questions.
It's okay.
Does it ever sadden you or upset you at all to sometimes see, we spoke about appropriation when we were doing the written interview. Does it ever sadden you to see your culture sometimes being used as a garment or a prop?
Yeah, I think, we live in a very capitalist world, and there are nuances to this, right? I think if you're going to show any appreciation for that country in order to, drive a crowd or bring in traffic, you need to show it respect. And it's the intention that is the most important. So whether you're educating the consumers about why you're doing this event, it's not just about putting a Korean flag or putting kimchi on a product. Yeah. It's about the story about the kimchi, It's about educating your consumers about why you're doing what you're doing to represent Korea. And so if you do it in the right context with the right intentions, it's, we welcome that. But if you don't, then it definitely seems like, okay, where is the connection between this brand and Korea, right? And so you need to connect the dots. You need to show it respect. And it's not just about Korea, but any country in general. You need to understand the foundations and the cultures before you really put Korea on your flyers and on your Instagrams.
Yeah. So cultural appreciation, not appropriation.
Exactly. It's a fine line.
Yeah. Final question. I wish I could carry on this interview for longer. But final question is, if you could go back in time to when you launched your businesses with the knowledge that you have today, what is the one myth of entrepreneurship that you would bust for your past selves?
It's a very good question. One thing about thinking back to the past, I personally never worked in a big conglomerate, so not having experience in a large organization and running a family business, we were not able to structure the business in a way that it's optimized. And I think that's something that I wish we had done earlier. We're doing that a lot now, and it's a work in progress all the time. But I think if we had done that, we would have had probably more sales and saved a lot more money. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest lessons. And what do you think?
If I were to start this business again, I would have focused on more aggressively on expanding Lamise Beauty while continuing to build and learn through major distribution channels. Working closely with large channels gave me really like a lot of insights into the market and a deep understanding of customer needs. Looking back, I believe I could have leveraged those insights earlier by opening more Lamise Beauty locations and using the brand as a direct platform to connect with a wider audience. This would have allowed us to share our vision more broadly and build a stronger, more engaged customer base from the beginning.
Never late than never.
Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Yeah,
I've
it's not too
forgotten how
late.
to speak English. But here's to more Lamise Beauty branches and the growth of 1004 Gourmet and all the other brands that you both are working on. Thank you very much, Kate. Thank you very much, Changsup, for being on
감사합니다.
Anchor Echoes. This has been an
감사합니다.
absolute pleasure. 너무 감사합니다.
너무 감사합니다. Your Korean is absolutely
Thank
amazing.
you. Please keep that in.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And thank you for having joined me for another episode of Anchored Echoes. Like I mentioned at the start of the episode, these aren't meant to last for more than a few minutes. This is not a podcast, but we hope they bring you inspiration that lasts. And that's precisely why that's the tagline of the show. Thank you very much. Please do make sure you check out the written feature in the caption. And with that, I will see you next time.